So, a very good morning here from the Netherlands. Welcome to, where's the camera? There's the camera. Welcome to this webinar, BIMCollab and Vrex, and pushing virtual reality into BIM issue management. I started the presentation, and we will start straight ahead. I'll put down the camera to start my presentation to you. Just wanted to welcome you and thank you for participating into this webinar for today. And let me crunch the camera and we start straight ahead. Get rid of this panel here from this webinar and starting right now. BIMCollab and Vrex team together, pushing the limits of virtual reality into BIM issue management. My name is André Schnabel. I'm a BIMCollab product manager and located in the Netherlands. And with me today is Rune Vantley from Vixel, the makers of Vrex. And I'm really glad that that he can co-host this webinar today. Of course, next to the both of us, there are also colleagues behind the scenes at this webinar, so you can ask questions in the webinar panel, and they will gladly answer these during the webinar or of course also afterwards. So please feel free to ask your questions regarding BIMCollab or Vrex to our colleagues, and there will be also other colleagues joining the virtual reality solution during this meeting. This meeting is recorded, so all participants and registered persons will get a link to this recording. So if any technical issues appear in between, you'll get a link to the recording to see it afterwards also. Thank you so much. I will give you a short introduction about BIMCollab, the ecosystem. Afterwards, Rune will tell you more about Vrex and the solution they offer. And then we will go into a demonstration live with our products to show you how it works and to get the benefits more clearly to you. BIMCollab ecosystem is made out of 3 products. The BIMCollab Cloud, a located data server to be reached using your web browsers, where the BCF files are stored and your whole team is able to join the conversation. BIMCollab Zoom as a viewer and validation tool, which I will show you also in this meeting to get the most out of your model validation, and the BCF managers, the connection into third-party solutions, as Vrex today will demonstrate the power of their solution combined with the BIMCollab Cloud. The BIMCollab ecosystem, together with all our other solutions that we connect, offer everything you need to communicate effectively about your BIM process, about the requirements, the model checks, the information retrieval, and issues to reach together high quality BIM. But what is the need? What do you need for a successful BIM process? First of all, centralize your team communication. It is essential that all stakeholders are part of the communication and can communicate with you and other team members without limits, and to be really easygoing on how to reach out to your team members or other stakeholders. Collect the models on a central location and be also flexible in this, and your choice is leading here. Share the requirements to your team, to your BIM models, so that your team also knows what they should do and what is needed from their BIM models. If you are in a BIM process, validate your models as often as possible to be clear on the quality during the whole process, and I will go there in a minute how this should or can look like using BIMCollab. Track and coordinate the issues, the quality agreements, and the to get the highest standard into the BIM models, and that your team members also know what to do and you know what they have been doing in the issue status. Later on, extract and share the validated information, and the better the information is beforehand, the more clear and exact are the extracts. And of course, report on the progress to all the stakeholders. Very important, involve every stakeholder and use the tools to enhance their understanding. We offer the integrations into multiple solutions that are involved in the creation of BIM models, and Vrex, the virtual reality solution, is one of them, and we are really glad to show this today, because model-related issues are not only for professional BIM users, they are also for all the non-BIM users in the team, in the project, so that they can benefit of our solutions and our integrations of Vrex, so they can enhance their understanding of the issues, because their decisions of our customers, of your customers, should be based on the understanding of the issue. So far, my short introduction for today. So to give you a jump start on having a discussion with your stakeholders, not only on a paper drawing or on a scale model, we offer solutions that are in the cloud, on the desktop computer, but we'll push the limits together with Vrex to help understanding the issues in the model context using virtual reality. So I will give the word to Rune Wandli now. Let me switch to him at this moment so he can introduce Vrex, and I will make Rune now moderator. Okay, and I'll give you some more seconds and you should be able to share your screen now, Rune.
Yes, hello, can you see my screen?
Perfect, thank you.
Very glad to be with BIMCollab here today. Just briefly, my name is Rune Wandli. I'm the product manager at Vixel. We're a company located in Norway, and our company creates the solution called Vrex, which is a virtual collaboration tool for real-time collaboration during design, engineering, and construction phases. The goal of this solution is to democratize the BIM, like Andre said, let you share the BIM in a way that everyone in the project can understand clearly without any BIM knowledge. Because a lot of time the tough decisions are made by non-BIMers. You also do not need any knowledge of 3D authoring software as well. The phases where Vrex is being used today is all the way from concept phase through detailed engineering, all the way to validation with end user and quality validation, and also during construction to be able to connect the barracks with the consulting offices, especially in those phases or in those projects where the BIM is changing even during construction. So these are some of the feedback we have on our solution today. It's basically saying that we are anyone can use VR even if they have no prior BIM knowledge, which has been a problem before. One of the projects we're going to show today as a use case, even in the live demo, is the Form the Metro project. It's a large multidisciplinary project, which is a good use case here because they have a lot of those challenges inside one big project. So there are different disciplines working together. You have the railway, and you have the tunnels, and you have multiple train stations in crowded city areas. So it's a big 10 kilometers of railway underneath the Oslo city in Norway. The team is geographically distributed in different locations. You have many different stakeholders involved in the projects. And on top of that, you have today's situation with Corona that causes a lot of home office working environments. This is an example of the project. You have lots of different data types. You have the BIM models, of course, of the BIM tunnel underneath. And then you have the point cloud scans of the city area. You have the terrain models, the city blocks. And you also have the detailed models of the train stations. So this is one of the first train stations to be built in detail in a BIM model. Currently, there are structural, mechanical, and architecture in place in this project. So what Vrex does is we integrate with where this model is stored, and we are able to bring that over into virtual reality in seconds. In this case, it's stored in BIM 360, but that could be any BIM platform, or even with local files as well. And then we have an easy way to share the access to the virtual room with anyone in your project. So the team can meet inside the model in real-time collaboration. They can see each other, hear each other, walk around in the model, and discuss challenges and record solutions. And of course, the solution that you agree on will be recorded back into BIMCollab. So it's like a Teams meeting on steroids. Virtual reality equipment is a great enhancer, but it's not a requirement. So you can join in the virtual meetings in many ways, either by a big screen in a meeting room or even on your laptop. We will give a live demo of this in a few moments. I'm just going to show a brief video just to show what it's about. Hopefully it doesn't lag too much, but it's just to give you a little insight into what it's about. So in this case, you arrive in the model. So the engine here is located in Oslo, while the architect from Zaha Hadid is located in London. So they meet in the model. And here you can see that they have access to all the issues from BIMCollab directly inside VR. You open them up. You see the viewpoints, of course. You choose the viewpoint you want to discuss, and you're being teleported to where the location is with the whole group, of course. In this case, it's 2 people, but here you can be as many people as you want. And like I said, you can participate in any way you want. You can be on a laptop and sit on the shoulders of others that are in VR as well, with full functionality. And this is an important step to implement VR in your organization, because that means that you can include everyone, even if everyone doesn't have VR equipment. So our feedback states that 75% of people get a better understanding of their project, even after just one-time use of Vrex. So you can use it for virtual inspections. You meet inside your BIM model before, during, and after construction. You can review solutions, discuss challenges, and check as built as well. So you can access issues directly from BIMCollab inside Vrex. You can make comments, and you can create new issues as they appear as well, and all in real time. There's no uploading or downloading of the files beforehand. And as I mentioned, you can connect the barracks with the consulting offices where the BIM is created, either to review changes in the BIM during the construction process, but also to get feedback from the people that will be doing the installation to make sure that the BIM is planned with a good installation, with a solution that is easy for them to install. So how VR adds value to the different stakeholders in a project. For a building owner, obviously, it's the following the progress in the project. You can understand the proposed solutions faster and explore the consequences of this. You can do that without involving all the other parties. Better decisions reduces risk and gives a better result for the end user. For the project manager, they often have a lot of BIM experience, but they can also benefit from having an effective communication with fewer emails and phone calls, and less time spent driving to and from meetings, because you can do a lot of those meetings that you used to have to do in person, you can do virtually. For the designers, they often have a problem sharing innovative ideas with their clients, because usually under pressure, traditional solutions are chosen because they're easy to understand with low risk. But by using VR, you can explain to your clients the proposed solution in a way that they understand it, and that way you can get an easier approval for your innovative ideas. And for the general contractor, it's basically getting executing the project faster, safer, and at lower cost. Of course, everything, all the decisions that you do with your client will be documented into BIMCollab as well. So far, we have had a project where they have reduced the decision-making time with 90%. So this was from me now, and I think it's time for the demo, Andre.
Thank you very much, Rune. So there is, especially the last sheet, 90% reduction in decision-making time because the understanding is there. So I will jumpstart to give a short idea about the process we're in. So how the validation of a structural issue management can help in every BIM process to set your milestones for the issues when it should be solved, to assign the team members to issues to get the issues resolved, and document and coordinate the changes to the BIM models. So in this process of having BIM requirements regarding the BIM models, you will set a milestone and you will review the models. I will do so in a minute, and I will create an issue. So these issues need to be centralized. You can use BIMCollab Cloud for this, and from the cloud, a Vrex connection is possible to be set up, so the issues can be discussed with all stakeholders using virtual reality. So it's more clear also for the modelers how and what should be changed, because it has been agreed and understood better, and so the changes are more might be more or less in time and what to change. When the changes have been done in the models, communicate back to your team so they can be either rechecked, and because the changes need to be discussed and understood, Vrex can also be used here. So the validation of the issues afterwards is also easily understood by the team members who do so. If the issues are documented and closed in the BIMCollab Cloud, this is also in the revision meetings or in the weekly or monthly meetings able to go back using Vrex and inform all your stakeholders and confirm that everything has been done and agreed properly. So test and communicate on regular intervals. Improve your models progressively, not having a validation at the end of your time frame, of your milestone, and having to deliver a BIM model that is not accepted by the stakeholders. Do so on regular intervals in between, on a weekly basis or monthly basis, depending, of course, on your projects. So improve your models, improve the understanding, help your stakeholders to understand the models on regular basis, the better the discussions are set, and the results will be a better model, validated more easily, understood more easily by all the team members. So I will jump into the demo. So first of all, going to the cloud. Having BIMCollab Cloud with the access to the projects, something that is set up by a project leader. He invites the team members, and the discussions are about quality issues, about the communication to your team members and the pre-set up of this project, who is in your team, how to set the milestones, talk about areas that are specific to this project, also create labels and types and priorities so your whole team can benefit from this. This communication framework is then available throughout the whole BIMCollab ecosystem, including, of course, Vrex. So this is BIMCollab Zoom, and there are some things that I, as a user, regarding my visual understanding, but also my visual validation is needed. First of all, I need to connect to the BIMCollab cloud. Yes, what you see here is the connection to the cloud. And we do offer the possibility to have a preset of your model setup available. I don't have to look up the models myself. The model setup, the model federation is preset by a team member of this project. I don't have to open these models or search for the models anymore. This preset is connected to this project in the cloud, and the models are loaded, and the rest of the models is available using several model sharing possibilities of your choice. At the end of this webinar, there will be a link to an earlier webinar describing this feature even more. So I will have this link prepared at the end of this webinar. First of all, visual feedback on the model itself. This is the Fornebu metro station, and we do have all the earlier issues and the possibility to reach out to my team members if I find something of my interest. So first of all is having a visual understanding here of the models and the presets and the possibilities I have by just loading extra models to understand the complexity of this project even better, so I don't have to look up the models somewhere in my folder structure of my computer. This preset helps me to load the models of my needs at this moment from this webinar, for example. So the electrical and the air models are also loaded now into this model, and I do get all the models right now. If I see something of my interest in this model validation, like this case here, I can of course use the functionalities, and I can directly have this communicated to my team using the attributes of the BIMCollab cloud. So in this case, there is a point of interest in this model, and it's in the transport section, and I will assign it to Rune, and for today have a label of virtual reality. It is in the architectural models here, and please have a look how to handle this issue. So I will save this directly to the cloud, having the possibility that Rune is looking up this this case here using virtual reality, so we can understand actually what's happening here. So having a model and the need of understanding the model even better, I can have the possibilities of using our feature, the Smart Views, to have a visual understanding of what is in the model itself, to have presets of some sorting of the spaces in this case, or some space clustering functionalities to give a better understanding of the models at hand, or public, non-public features, etc. So having the visual quality feedback here, I might also have the need of understanding a quality of this model itself, and I can create a validation right here at my computer, or this validation can also be shared to my fellow colleagues. So I can have all my quality assurance, validation, smart view sets shared to the whole team. So if they are in need of the same understanding, these presets can be used by all the team members of Fornebu metro station using Zoom at this moment. This is easily also created on the fly, having this demo set for today and having a visual understanding of model quality, so I can easily look at the materials into this model here. So any elements of the prefix containing architecture, and of course having a look into model quality regarding material name. So if I want to have a visual feedback on quality, I use colorization of the file here, the 3D model. So I will add all the components in color red to the screen, and when material name is defined, I will have this colored into the color green and having a visual feedback here. I will save this, and maybe I will duplicate this, so I will also have this when it's defined, having this to be set transparent, and I directly have this now as a visual validation to my model quality at hand. And if I want to communicate this to my team, I will duplicate this smart view as well, and don't be it colored. I will remove all the elements that are defined and reuse this directly. Well, yeah, please remove this. And all these elements here actually don't have the material definition at this moment, including spaces. So I will have here also the spaces removed, and also have the openings removed. Okay, save this. Yes, save. So these are all the elements that do not have the material definition. So material definition is lacking, and this will be sent also to, regarding the model, it will be sent to Rune, and save this one as well. So all these elements now will be sent to the cloud and be available here. When I have an issue created, I can reuse, of course, this to easily go back to this certain point of view. And if I have some other issues here, like an cladding and a collision, which I see here visually, I can easily use the clashes and the clash rules here to have this set up as well. Or for the speed here, this issue, this clash detection is about cladding versus public signing. It is easy to set up, it is easy defined, and when I use this clash rule and double click, it will define these and view all the elements that are defined and the clash itself. And I can easily either sort and use the sorting mechanism, or of course create a batch of all these issues, or easily add an issue here regarding these elements. And this is my signing issue, and I will send this now using the labeling and my milestone preset up. And this is all about the public and the communication. And I will assign this to Philippe, and please have a look. So he will have a understanding here using his virtual reality solution and push this to the cloud. And I will give the word to Rune again to have a look. Of course, that all these issues here are now in the cloud of BIMCollab and can be addressed using the virtual reality of Vrex. So Rune, I put you as a moderator again. So please take over.
Yes. Hello again. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, perfect. So now we are back into Vrex application. You can see the projects that we Andre just showed in BIMCollab. So this is the one of the 6 stations in the project. So we can navigate around in multiple ways. You can use the traditional CAD modeling navigation, or you can choose to use the more, let's say, gamification way. You can use arrow keys to move around the model. So now we are looking here down in the model, and we can meet Philippe and Morten, who is joining us in virtual reality. There we go. Hello. And then now we can open up. First, we can maybe explore the model a little bit. So we can look around, and we can try and walk over here. We can go into the model here. This is the entrance for this station. Now that we're moving indoors, I'll slow down a little bit, so we can move indoors. So this model is in the early stages. You can see there's a lot of mistakes in the model so far. This is going to be sorted out eventually. So you can move around the model until you come down to the platform where the train will arrive. So this way you can explore the model in the group, one by one, or together in a group, yeah. And but you can also open up issues. So I can open up the BIMCollab issues that we have previously with formed bound, and we can filter it using the labels that Andre was making, the VR label. Can apply that. Then I can see only the issues that Andre just created. I can go to the signing issue, open up that. So you can see all the properties, and you can edit them here as well. You can go to viewpoints. So this is the viewpoint. And instead of trying to find this location myself, I can just say, bring the whole group to this location. There you can see it. So now the whole group is to this location, and I can use my laser pointer to show the group where the issue is. This is the area. You can see Philippe is pointing to that location. We can have a discussion about what the solution is. Once we agree on what the solution is, and I think we agreed beforehand, in this case, it was to take the measuring tool, let's do the snapping. So you can say that I think we need to move this signage about 3 meters in this direction. That should clear the wall. So we can say that's the solution. I'm just going to make a note of it as well, that direction. Then I can say, go into that issue that we had. Let's say this one, and I can add the comments to it and say, okay, I'm going to say, take a picture of it. Say, the solution is to move 3 meters forward. So then that was automatically recorded back into BIMCollab. Then we had both a measuring tool and we had the drawing tool. If we needed to, we could also use the object tool to look at information and see what exactly is this object. You click it, and you can see that this is the signal to show the emergency exit sign. So this is an important object. So After we have discovered this or solved this issue, we can also have a look around in the model. So I can use my hide tool, for instance, and we can look around. We can hide individual objects, or we can hide complete layers. So I can turn off this architecture model and just show the, not this one. I'm going to show this one, I think, like that. So this is how it's going to be when it's finished. But you can hide individual objects. You can see Phil was also doing that. And then we can move down here and look at this issue. So this is a problem area in the model that may need attention. This is a very complex mechanical area. So we can use the pointer tool again to have a discussion about possible solutions. It may be too complex for us to solve in this demo, so I may have to create an issue of it. So I'm going to take and say, okay, we're in the BIMCollab. I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to say, this needs attention in BIMCollab. I'm going to say next. I'm going to say, now I created a completely new issue inside of the BIMCollab directly from here. I can also edit it if I'm more familiar with the BCF format, and I can edit it. I can also add the labels that we agreed on before, and we can also assign it back to Andre. We also, yes, like we had said, we did have the measuring tool. We also have the clipping tool. So Andre did show us an issue before where he had created a, let's see, I'm going to put the filter back on. Point of interest. So we can go to that issue because that had a slicing plane through it. So you can go bring the whole group to that location. I can turn on the clipping. So you get the sectioning planes as well, and that are assigned to this location. So then we can go and have a discussion about this topic. I'm going to make a comment to that as well. There. So we addressed the issues that Andre created. So I can send this back to Andre for further exploration in BIMCollab.
Okay, thank you so much, Rune. I will take over the screen again. And all this together is centralized in the BIMCollab cloud. So having this refreshed on my screen, I can now easily go back to the issues and see the solution made by Rune using Vrex, his comment, the reassigning, and be assured that this has been discussed by the whole team. And of course, I can go back and synchronize in BIMCollab Zoom to get the issues again here into my system, and having a view now here, and I will put down my architectural models to have a better view on the focus here, and to understand the models here and having the preset for my clash detection. So I can reuse visual understanding of my MEP models, so I can have a look on colorization to understand how it is a air model versus the electrical models. It's which models are here involved. So this is the STA MEK, the electrical and the air models here. And I can even have other visual understanding elements and smart views here to get deeper insights on what is actually needed now as an action from me as a BIM coordinator to have a check regarding these models. This is something they found during a meeting, and I have to preset this here also and having a look into clash detection. So having the understanding of which models and which clash rules either need to be set up, or how can I reuse my setups before, so I can be more generic or really precise in the clash detection. In this case, it's an STA model, which is one part of the model division, but this is also electrical versus air, and these ones I do have preset, and the names are the STA. So I need to unload my other ones here. I will unload these models here, and for this case use my MEP clash setup regarding this one, air versus electrical clashes. And the clash detection will tell me that the one thing they found is actually not the only thing. There are a lot of clashes in the model, and I can easily now either investigate them further, or when the investigation is done and I know what to communicate, I will batch generate the issues about the floor towards the colleagues, and having them also giving the specifications, the labels, the time frame, the priority to generate these issues to the team members, because they need to solve this in the modeling software where these models come from. The solution is to be done there, and BIMCollab Cloud offers the direct connection to the team members with the BCF Manager plugins into their modeling software, so they can change all these model changes into their modeling software, from their modeling software. Going back to the presentation, so using virtual reality is a key to understand better, and also to have the assurance that when the team has agreed on the solution, that they have done this together. So the modelers also know what to do, and the decisions can be.
I believe Andre's audio just cut out. Are you still there, Andre? If Andre is not able to get back, this is his end to his PowerPoint, so we can continue the dialogue on email if anyone is interested in having talk about their relevant projects, or having a free trial for the BIMCollab, Vrex, or with both. And we are happy to help you set up any account.
Dear viewer of this recording, this is Andre. Unfortunately, I got kicked out of the internet from my home office during the last minute of this webinar. Thank you, Rune, for taking over the last sheet. I would like to wrap up myself. And I promised in the beginning of the webinar to show a link to earlier recordings of our list and project folder recording. So let me wrap up the last couple of sheets and show you the value of BIMCollab that we give to your BIM execution plan. So having a model federation set up, sharing to your team, sharing the requirements stated in the BIM execution plan, having the software to have model validation on geometry clashes of your models, the sharing using an issue management centralized platform which is integrated into various BIM tools, including of course Vrex as shown today, and last but not least, the data extraction, the properties of your BIM models extracted to your needs, and sharing all the data to have good insights on your process regarding issues and data completion of the models. As promised, the links to the webinars on our YouTube channels. So for BIMCollab lists, the bit.ly BIMCollab lists EN for English and bit.ly BIMCollab lists DE for our German recording. Thank you so much for attending this webinar. Thank you for joining us this year. Hopefully to see you next year again. On behalf of BIMCollab and Vrex, we wish you a happy ending of 2020 and see you hopefully next time again. Bye bye.